Welcome back to our channel. Today, we are revealing 6 everyday coins that many people ignore, but collectors around the world carefully search for. From Canada to the United States, from the 1960s to the 1990s, each coin in this video has a story, a design, and a collector's mystery. Watch till the end, because one small cent can surprise you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with coin lovers. Let's get started. First up, 1996 Lincoln cent may look ordinary to most people. A small penny, copper-colored, and found in wallets and coin jars everywhere. Yet, for collectors and historians, this coin represents the modern era of Lincoln cents, a snapshot of American daily life in the 1990s. The evolution of penny production. Though it's only 1 cent, it carries decades of history, artistry, and collector interest. Basic coin details. Country: United States of America. Denomination: 1 cent. Year: 1996. Designer: Victor David Brenner. Composition: copper-plated zinc, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. Weight: 2.5 grams. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Edge: plain. Mint marks: Philadelphia, no mark. Denver, D. San Francisco, S. Proof coins. The 1996 cent is part of the modern Lincoln Memorial series, with subtle design updates compared to earlier decades. Obverse side: Abraham Lincoln. The obverse side features Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Key inscriptions: In God We Trust. Above: Liberty. Left: 1996. Right: Lincoln's image has remained unchanged for nearly a century, a symbol of continuity and national identity. Collectors focus on facial and hair detail, clarity, strike quality, sharpness of the date and lettering, rim condition. Even subtle differences in strike or wear can significantly impact collector value. Reverse side: Lincoln Memorial. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959. Unique features: the tiny Lincoln statue inside the memorial, sharp lines of the columns, clear lettering. United States of America, e pluribus unum. 1 cent. Even in modern circulation, these details attract collectors who look for perfectly struck coins. Historical context: America in 1996. The mid-1990s were a time of economic growth, technological advancement, rising consumer culture. Pennies were still essential for everyday transactions, though their metal composition had changed. Pre-1982 pennies: mostly copper. Post-1982 pennies: mostly zinc with copper plating. The 1996 cent represents modern coin production and the final decades of widespread copper-plated pennies. Color and grading: collectors classify coins by red, RD, original mint luster; rare in circulation, red brown, RB, partial oxidation; moderately valued, brown, BN, fully circulated; common but historical. Important grading points: strike quality, detail, sharpness, absence of corrosion or discoloration. High grade uncirculated 1996 cents are valuable for modern collectors, especially those looking for errors or proof-like coins. Die varieties and error coins: some 1996 Lincoln cents have rare minting errors, making them highly collectible. Double die: obverse, DDO, slight doubling of date or lettering, off-center strikes. Partial design: missing die, cracks and cuds. Tiny raised lines or bumps from faulty dies, weak strikes. Slightly soft design details: collectors often hunt coin rolls in search of these modern rarities, proving even common pennies can hide treasures. Mintage and production: 1996 Lincoln cent production numbers were enormous. Philadelphia, approximately 4.7 billion. Denver, approximately 3.5 billion. San Francisco proofs, approximately 9 million. Despite this, uncirculated coins and error coins are rare, making them targeted items for collectors worldwide. Economic significance: by 1996, pennies were cheap to produce but no longer copper-heavy. Their value in circulation remained symbolic rather than practical. Collectors valued them for historical significance, errors, and high grade. Preservation: this coin reflects the modern era of American small change. Modern collector interest: collectors today focus on red, uncirculated coins, mint errors and varieties. Comparison between Philadelphia and Denver mints: proof and proof-like coins in pristine condition. Even a single coin from 1996 can become a highlight in a modern Lincoln cent collection. Symbolic and historical value: the 1996 Lincoln cent symbolizes modern American coinage, the end of the copper-dominant penny era, continuity of Lincoln's legacy, everyday history captured in small change. It proves that even modern pennies carry historical and collectible significance. Narrative ending: Storytelling style. The 1996 Lincoln cent once paid for snacks, parking meters, and soda cans. Today, it resides in collections, telling the story of America's economy in the 1990s. Minting evolution. Collector passion. The enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln, small in size, but immense in meaning and historical. Next up, the 1966 Lincoln cent is often overlooked. In everyday life, people passed it by without a second glance. But for collectors, historians, and coin enthusiasts, this coin tells a story of transition, innovation, and American identity. 1966 sits in a very interesting period in the United States. The Vietnam War was escalating. Social and cultural movements were reshaping the nation. Economic adjustments affected the cost of daily living. The penny, small and ordinary, circulated through all of this, acting as a silent witness to history. Basic coin details. Country: United States of America. Denomination: 1 cent. Year: 1966. Designer: Victor David Brenner. Composition: 95% copper, 5% zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Edge: plain mints. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, D. The coin retains the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse, which had been introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat penny. Obverse side: Abraham Lincoln. The obverse side features Abraham Lincoln, America's 16th president, portrayed in profile. Inscribed on the coin are: "In God We Trust." Above, Lincoln Liberty. To the left, 1966. To the right, Lincoln's image reminds collectors of freedom, unity, and resilience. His face is not just an image, it is a symbol of enduring American values. Reverse side: Lincoln Memorial. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, designed to honor the president's legacy. Inside the memorial, if you look closely, a tiny statue of Lincoln can be seen, a unique feature of Lincoln cents. The inscriptions include: United States of America e pluribus unum. 1 cent. The memorial reverse reflects the enduring architecture, history, and symbolism of the 1960s America. Historical context: why 1966 matters. The year 1966 marked a transitional phase in U.S. coinage. Economic shift: the cost of copper was rising. Production innovations: the U.S. Mint was exploring ways to modernize coin production. Design continuity: Lincoln's portrait remained a unifying design amid change. While 1966 coins were common in circulation, mint state examples were already becoming increasingly rare. Color and condition: collector importance. Collectors classify 1966 cents by color and quality. Red RD, original mint color. Highly desirable red. Brown RB, partially oxidized. Moderate value. Brown BN, fully circulated. Common: historical but low collector value. Key aspects to watch: sharpness of Lincoln's hair, clarity of letters and date, clean rim and absence of corrosion. Even subtle differences in color or strike can dramatically impact value. Die varieties and errors. The 1966 Lincoln cent has multiple collectible variations. Notable variations: doubled die obverse DDO, rare. Letters or date appear doubled. Weak strike coins. Lincoln's portrait appears softer. Die cracks: tiny cracks on coin surfaces. Rare and collectible off-center strikes. Part of the design is shifted. Error coins. Highly sought. Collectors carefully examine every coin for these variations, often using magnification and professional grading. Mintage and production: millions of 1966 cents were produced. Philadelphia, approximately 1.5 billion. Denver, approximately 1 billion. Despite the high mintage, surviving uncirculated and flawless coins are extremely rare. Most circulated coins show wear, scratches, or discoloration. Economic and social significance: in 1966, the U.S. economy faced inflation pressures. Pennies were still essential for daily transactions. The cost of copper made production expensive. The penny symbolized not only money, but stability and continuity in turbulent times. Why collectors value this coin? Collectors love the 1966 Lincoln cent because it represents checkmark mid-20th century American history. Checkmark copper composition, heavier than modern pennies. Checkmark design continuity from 1959 memorial reverse. Checkmark potential for rare error coins. Checkmark a slice of everyday life from the 1960s. This is a coin that tells multiple stories at once. Modern day collector trends in today's market. Interest in 1966 pennies includes searching coin rolls for high-grade examples, identifying error coins and variations, comparing condition between Philadelphia and Denver Mint coins, submitting coins for professional grading. Some coins in perfect condition can fetch many times their face value, especially red or proof-like coins. Symbolic meaning: the 1966 Lincoln cent symbolizes a nation in transition. Everyday history, economic lessons about production costs and material value. The enduring appeal of Abraham Lincoln as a cultural and political symbol. Even a small coin holds a timeless story. Powerful narrative ending: the 1966 Lincoln cent passed through countless hands, paid for groceries, soda, and newspapers, survived decades in pockets, drawers, and cash registers. Today, it resides in collections, telling a story far greater than its face value of 1 cent. Small in size, yes, but monumental in history, design, and symbolism. Next up, 1979 Lincoln cent is a coin that almost everyone has seen, almost everyone has used, but very few people have truly understood. This small 1 cent coin circulated during a time of economic pressure, rising metal prices, and social change in the United States. Though simple in appearance, the 1979 penny represents the final years of traditional American copper cents. This is not just spare change. This is history in your hand. Basic coin details: country: United States of America. Denomination: 1 cent. Year: 1979. Designer: Victor David Brenner. Composition: 95% copper, 5% zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Edge: plain. Mint marks: Philadelphia, no. Mint mark: Denver, D. San Francisco, S. Proof only. The 1979 cent belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. Obverse: Abraham Lincoln. The obverse shows Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Inscriptions include: "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," left, 1979, right. Lincoln's portrait has been used since 1909, making it one of the longest-running portraits on any world coin. Collectors closely inspect: hair detail, cheek and jaw sharpness, letter clarity, rim condition, because condition defines value. Reverse: Lincoln Memorial. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Inside the memorial, a tiny statue of Lincoln can be seen, one of the most fascinating details in U.S. coin design. Reverse inscriptions: United States of America, e pluribus unum, 1 cent. This design symbolizes respect, remembrance, and national unity. Historical context: America in 1979. The year 1979 was challenging for the United States. High inflation, energy crisis, rising copper prices, economic uncertainty. Pennies were still essential in daily life, yet the cost of producing them was rising rapidly. This made 1979 one of the last comfortable years for copper cents before major changes arrived in the early 1980s. Why 1979 is important for collectors? The 1979 Lincoln cent is important because: checkmark, it is made of solid copper alloy. Checkmark, it represents pre-1982 heavy pennies. Checkmark, it circulated during major economic change. Checkmark, it still appears in circulation today. Many collectors separate pre-1982 copper cents specifically for their metal content and history. Mintage and production: 1979 production was extremely high. Philadelphia, over 7 billion coins. Denver, over 4 billion coins. San Francisco. Proofs limited, collector only. Despite massive numbers, high-grade uncirculated coins are rare, because most were heavily circulated. Color classification: what collectors look for? 1979 cents are graded by color. Red circle red, RD, original mint color. Most valuable. Brown circle red, brown, RB, partial oxidation. Moderate collector interest. Black circle brown, BN, fully circulated. Common but historic color alone can change a coin's value dramatically. Error coins: where real value hides. Some 1979 pennies left the mint with errors. Double die, obverse, off-center strikes, die cracks, weak strikes, clipped planchettes. These error coins can be worth many times face value, sometimes hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. Economic significance of the 1979 penny: by 1979, copper prices were rising, mint production costs were increasing, the future of the penny was already being questioned. This coin represents the beginning of the end for traditional copper pennies. Modern-day collector interest: today, collectors focus on High-grade mint state coins, bright red uncirculated examples, error coins, proof coins. From San Francisco, many collectors still search coin rolls, hoping to find a rare 1979 error. Symbolic meaning: the 1979 Lincoln cent symbolizes American perseverance during economic struggle, the final strength of copper coinage, everyday life of late 1970s America, the lasting legacy of Abraham Lincoln. It proves that even common coins can carry uncommon stories. Powerful storytelling. Ending: the 1979 Lincoln cent once paid for candy, newspapers, and bus fares. It lived in pockets, purses, and registers across America. Today, it lives on as a collectible, a teaching tool, a piece of American history. Small coin, big story. Next up, the coin. 1996 Canadian 1-cent coin may look small, simple, and ordinary, but behind this tiny copper-colored coin lies a deep national identity, economic history, and collector interest. This is not just a penny. This is a symbol of Canada itself. For decades, this coin passed through millions of hands, bought bread, newspapers, and daily necessities, yet today, it has become a piece of history. Basic details of the coin: country, Canada; denomination, 1 cent; year, 1996; metal composition, copper-plated; zinc; weight, approximately 2.35 grams; diameter, 19.05 millimeters; edge, plain mint, Royal Canadian Mint. This coin was struck during a time when Canada was preparing for major changes in its currency system. Obverse side, front, Queen Elizabeth II. On the front side of the coin, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Pettery Hunt. This portrait shows the Queen wearing a royal diadem, representing stability, continuity, and constitutional monarchy. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II, D.G. Regina, which means, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This inscription connects Canada's coinage directly to its historical roots as a constitutional monarchy. Reverse side, the maple leaf. The reverse side features the maple leaf, the most powerful national symbol of Canada. The maple leaf has been used on Canadian coins since 1858, making it one of the oldest continuous coin designs in the world. Below the leaf, we see 1 cent, Canada, 1996, year of issue. This simple but elegant design reflects nature, national pride, Canadian unity. Historical context: why 1996 matters. The year 1996 sits in an important transition period. During this time, cash usage was still strong, inflation was rising, production costs of pennies were increasing. Within just 16 years, Canada would permanently stop producing the penny in 2012. This makes the 1996 penny part of the final generation of Canadian cents. Mintage and production: millions of these coins were minted in 1996, but high mintage does not mean high survival rate. Why? Because pennies circulated heavily, many were scratched, bent, or corroded later. Millions were melted after discontinuation. Today, clean, uncirculated examples are becoming harder to find. Collector interest. What makes it special? Collectors look for this coin because of keycap: 1 condition, full maple leaf veins, no dark spots or corrosion, bright original color keycap; 2 strike quality, sharp lettering, clean rim, centered design keycap; 3 errors and varieties. Rare examples include off-center strikes, die cracks, weak or doubled lettering. These errors dramatically increase collector value. Economic story of the penny: at the time this coin was made, it cost Canada more than 1 cent to produce 1 cent. This economic problem eventually led to public debate, rising metal costs, final discontinuation. So this coin represents the end of an economic era. Why people ignored this coin for years? People ignored it because it had very low face value. It was extremely common. It felt insignificant, but history has proven again and again, the most ignored coins often become the most interesting later. Modern day value and collecting: in circulated condition, it remains affordable. But in mint state, proof like condition with errors, its value can increase many times. Collectors around the world now search for original rolls, bank sealed coins, graded examples. Why this coin belongs in your collection? This coin is important because it represents checkmark Canadian identity, checkmark the end of the penny era, checkmark national symbolism, checkmark economic transition, checkmark everyday history. Every serious world coin collection includes at least 1 Canadian maple leaf cent. Powerful ending, voice slow and emotional. This small 1996 Canadian cent once had the power to buy something. Today, it has the power to tell a story. A story of a nation, a symbol, and a disappearing. Denomination. Coins may be small, but their stories are timeless. Next up, the 1986 Lincoln cent may appear ordinary at first glance. A small, copper-colored penny, tucked quietly in wallets, drawers, and cash registers. But for collectors, it represents a turning point in American coin history. It belongs to a period where the U.S. Mint faced rising production costs, public fascination with coin collecting, and subtle design evolution. This coin, although only 1 cent, has stories hidden in its design, composition, errors, and circulation history. Basic coin information. Country: United States of America. Denomination: 1 cent. Year: 1986. Designer: Victor David Brenner. Obverse Lincoln Memorial. Reverse composition: 95% copper, 5% zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Edge: plain mint. Marks: Philadelphia, no mark. Denver, D. San Francisco, S. Proof: the 1986 cent is a classic Lincoln Memorial penny, but with small variations that make collectors pay attention. Obverse side: Abraham Lincoln. The obverse features the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln. Key inscriptions include: "In God We Trust." Above: Liberty. Left: 1986. Right: Lincoln's face tells a story of perseverance, leadership, and unity. Even decades after its initial introduction, the design remained a symbol of American stability. Collectors examine: fine hair details, sharp cheek and jaw lines, mint strike clarity, because even subtle wear can change the coin's collectability and value. Reverse side: the Lincoln Memorial. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat penny reverse. Inside the memorial, a tiny statue of Lincoln can be observed. The inscriptions include: United States of America e pluribus unum. 1 cent. This design reminds collectors that the penny is not just money, but a piece of history. Historical context: America in 1986. The mid-1980s were interesting economically and socially. America was recovering from early 1980s recession. The penny remained in everyday use for all purchases. Rising copper prices were already affecting mint costs. 1986 coins are part of the last decades of the classic copper composition before the switch to copper-plated zinc in the early 1980s post-1982. This makes 1986 a bridge between classic pennies and modern circulation coins. Color and grading: collectors classify coins by color. Red RD, original mint luster. Highly sought after. Red brown RB, partial oxidation. Medium collector value. Brown BN, fully circulated. Common but historical condition and color directly affect market value. A red, high-grade uncirculated 1986 cent can fetch significantly more than face value. Errors and proof-like coins are particularly valuable. Die varieties and error coins: the 1986 penny has several known collectible varieties and minting errors. Double die obverse DDO, slight doubling of date or lettering. Die cracks and cuds. Tiny raised lines are blobs from die flaws. Weak strike coins: Lincoln's details appear softer than usual. Off-center strikes. Partial design shift: collectors worldwide actively search coin rolls for these rare gems, making even common pennies exciting. Mintage and production: the 1986 Lincoln cent had massive production. Philadelphia, approximately 2.1 billion. Denver, approximately 1.5 billion. San Francisco proofs: approximately 10 million. Despite high mintage, uncirculated coins and error coins are scarce, which increases their desirability among collectors. Economic significance: by 1986, producing pennies was increasingly expensive, nearly matching or exceeding the coin's face value. The coin is therefore not only a medium of exchange, but also a reflection of American industrial and economic reality. Collectors often value this coin as a piece of economic history, not just a collectible. Modern collector interest: today, collectors focus on high-grade mint state MS coins. Red, uncirculated 1986 pennies. Coins with mint errors or varieties. Coins with historical significance. Even ordinary 1986 pennies can be valuable if found in pristine condition, making them a target for coin roll hunters. Symbolic and historical value: the 1986 Lincoln cent symbolizes American continuity. Same Lincoln portrait for decades. Transition between pure copper and zinc pennies. History and circulation: a witness to daily American life in the mid-1980s. This tiny coin teaches a big lesson: history can fit in the palm of your hand. Narrative ending: Storytelling style. The 1986 Lincoln cent once paid for coffee, stamps, and candy. Decades later, it rests in collections, encapsulating historical context, economic lessons, artistic design, national identity. A small coin, but monumental in meaning. The last coin, 1981 Lincoln cent, may appear ordinary to the casual observer, but for coin collectors, it tells a rich story of American history, minting technology, and the evolution of small change. This small 1-cent coin represents the final years of the classic copper penny era, before the widespread adoption of copper-plated zinc coins. Every scratch, discoloration, and mint mark carries the story of its journey through American pockets, cash registers, and coin rolls. Basic coin information. Country: United States of America. Denomination: 1 cent. Year: 1981. Designer: Victor David Brenner. Composition: 95% copper, 5% zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Edge: plain. Mint marks: Philadelphia, no. Mint mark: Denver, D. San Francisco, S. Proof coins. The 1981 cent belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008, replacing the wheat penny. Reverse obverse side: Abraham Lincoln. The obverse side features President Abraham Lincoln, as it has for decades. Key inscriptions include: "In God We Trust." Above Lincoln, liberty; to the left, 1981; to the right, Lincoln's image represents freedom, unity, and American perseverance. Collectors pay close attention to hair details, facial features, strike quality, rim sharpness. Even subtle wear can significantly affect collector value. Reverse side: the Lincoln Memorial. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the president's legacy. Inside the memorial, a tiny Lincoln statue can be seen, a unique and iconic detail of the Lincoln Memorial penny. Inscriptions: United States of America, e pluribus unum. 1 cent. This design bridges art, history, and currency, showing Lincoln twice on one coin, once on the obverse and again as a statue on the reverse. Historical context: America in 1981. The year 1981 was a period of economic and social transition. Early 1980s recession and economic recovery, rising material costs affecting minting, public use of pennies in daily transactions. The 1981 Lincoln cent was still made of 95% copper, making it heavier and more durable than modern pennies. This is important because post-1982 pennies transitioned to copper-plated zinc, making 1981 coins more valuable to collectors today. Color and grading: collectors classify coins by color and luster. Red RD, original mint luster. Most desirable red. Brown RB, partial oxidation. Moderate value brown BN, fully circulated. Common but historic key features for grading: sharp lettering and date. Clear Lincoln hair and facial details. Clean rim and absence of corrosion. High grade 1981 cents can fetch many times face value, especially if they are red or proof coins. Die varieties and error coins: 1981 Lincoln cents include several rare and collectible errors. Double die obverse DDO, slight doubling of date or letters. Weak strike coins. Lincoln details appear. Soft die cracks. Tiny raised lines from faulty dies. Off-center strikes. Partial design missing. Collectors hunt these coins extensively, often finding them in circulation rolls. Even a common-looking coin can be worth hundreds or thousands if it has a rare error or exceptional strike. Mintage and production: the 1981 Lincoln cent had high production numbers. Philadelphia, approximately 1.5 billion. Denver, approximately 1.2 billion. San Francisco, proof, approximately 11 million. Despite high mintage, uncirculated coins and rare error coins are scarce, making this coin highly desirable among collectors. Economic significance: by 1981, pennies were expensive to produce, almost equaling their face value. The coin reflects the rising cost of copper changing minting technology, the enduring value of small denominations in everyday life. Collectors see the 1981 penny not just as currency, but as a piece of economic history. Modern collector interest today: collectors search for mint state MS coins, red, uncirculated 1981 pennies, coins with mint errors or die variations. Comparisons between Philadelphia and Denver mint examples: even a single 1981 cent in perfect condition can become a centerpiece of a Lincoln cent collection. Symbolic and historical value: the 1981 Lincoln cent symbolizes the final generation of heavy copper pennies, American perseverance and continuity, everyday economic history, the artistic and historical significance of Lincoln. This tiny coin carries decades of stories, from commerce to collectors' cabinets. Narrative ending. Storytelling style. The 1981 Lincoln cent once passed through hands paying for groceries, gas, and stamps. Now, it rests in collections worldwide, telling the story of American history, economic change, design, evolution, collectors' passion. A small coin, but immense in meaning and legacy. Bell ending. Call to action. If you love coins and their stories, thumbs up, like the video, bell, subscribe for more detailed coin history. Cent mail, share with collectors and coin enthusiasts.